Australia, Canada, Germany, Denmark, France, the UK, and Finland all just issued travel advisory warnings against the United States. They don't think that it's safe for people from their country to travel to this fucking hellhole, and they are absolutely right. Are we great yet? Is it cool when other countries are terrified of having their citizens visit here because they might end up in prison, and maybe they'll get murdered in a US prison like that Canadian did just a couple of weeks ago, which I'm sure everyone's already forgotten about because every day is full of so much terrible news we can't even keep up with it. Donald Trump's America absolutely sucks balls, and any person who says that they really like it right now is the kind of person who enjoys living in terror. There is some number of people who really enjoy authoritarianism, but I have to tell you guys a secret here. Nobody ends up doing great in an authoritarian regime. Exactly. Nobody ends up doing well. This doesn't end well for anyone.
Fly back to Vegas. Everybody's got their own row. It's like unheard of. So freaking sweet, dude. I'm so stoked. It's like empty. Totally empty. It's so crazy.
American is currently empty because tourists are no more coming to American anymore, and tourists are actually afraid of being detained and be taken to country they don't know about. A lot of people are actually afraid of coming to Donald Trump country. Now I'm going to be allowing you guys to watch other people experience, and the reason why people are no more coming to American is currently empty, you guys.
Are even being told by their home countries to take their vacations and money elsewhere.
Do you feel like your friends and family feel comfortable traveling there?
No, nobody I know back in England or here.
And then the police can take them and just take them to a country outside the States, and then they're not a protected citizen anymore.
Horror stories are emerging of treatment at the border, with one story so shocking it's got many asking if America is still safe.
I think the atmosphere is changing there, so I would prefer we'll go there. I'd probably stay in Europe.
On tourism, there's been a steep drop-off in international travel to the United States. It was down 12% last month, down even more from Western Europe. Why do you think that there are fewer people suddenly who want to travel to the United States?
Well, there could be a little, there's a little nationalism there, I guess, perhaps. It's not a big deal. And our dollar is a little bit on the low side, and that means that a lot of tourism is going to come in. But I could see a little bit nationalism at work, and I can see it likewise with us, not wanting to go to certain countries, but that will work out very easily.
Do you think some people are scared to come here because they hear the stories of tourists who are detained for a few days or even a week or two?
No, we treat our tourists great. We're the tourism capital of the world. There's no place like this. And there may be a little bit of nationalism. But I doubt it. I actually doubt it.
Hey guys, I'm here in the Orlando airport, and there's not a single soul in here. Guys, airports are 24/7. I don't think you have ever seen this in Orlando. This is like one of the most busiest. Oh my God, look at this. I could show you down the hallway. Nobody, guys. I have never seen this before in my life. Look at this. The tram, not a single soul. Guys, this is scary. Anyways, guys, I just thought I'd tell you, this is one of the most busiest airports because of Disney, obviously, right? Disney. Guys, there's nobody in here. Everything is closed down. What's going on? This is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. Guys, let me know in the comments if you ever seen the Orlando airport. Orlando. This dead before. Guys, this is scary. Anyways, guys, I am filming this. Look at this. Look at the tram. Not a single soul. Guys, there's nobody waiting in the hallways. There's nobody in the restaurants. Everything is closed. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of scared. I gotta go. All right, bye.
Some Las Vegas breaking news that hasn't made the news yet. MGM Resorts just told all of their concierge employees across all of their properties, with the exception of Aria and Bellagio, that they are being laid off. This is a couple weeks after laying off the valet, doorman, and bellman at Excalibur and announcing the closure of the Luxor Buffet. We know that travel and tourism is down. Aside from global issues and the Canadians boycotting us, many Americans fear that we are headed for a recession and they are tightening up their spending. But what's going on at MGM feels a little bit bigger than that. Multiple executives in recent months have resigned or are rumored to be considering resignation, with small downsizings and rumors of more occurring at multiple properties. This is after raising resort fees and parking fees twice in 2024. Fees keep going up and amenities are being scaled back. It feels like everyone's trying to be tight-lipped about this, but I think we need to talk about it. Are more layoffs coming? Is this a sign of the times? Let me know what you think and follow me for all the Vegas.
Okay, quick story time. Went to Vegas 3 weeks ago. It's for March Madness with my husband. Little getaway. We go at least 4 times a year. Leaving on a Friday night is iffy because Vegas is just popping on Friday nights. However, March Madness, Friday night, flying in to an empty airport. Walked right in the taxi line. There's no line. Get in the taxi, ask the taxi driver, where is everybody? He goes, it's been like this. It's been like this for a long while. And he says, it's like worse than COVID. And we went during COVID, and it did remind me eerily of COVID. It was just feeling like, I don't know if I've been in Vegas on a Monday morning or Tuesday morning, it feels like that, but all the time. You know, it's just very, very empty. And so we were able to get restaurant reservations at the last minute anywhere we want. The tables were like $10, $15 tables instead of being $50, things like that. The platforms to go to dinner if you want to take the tram, like the free tram by the Aria, if you're familiar, completely empty, like eerily only people there. And so I saw this one family come up all excited, and I go, it's usually not like this, just so you know. It's just usually just jam-packed with people. You're fighting to get on the tram. But you know what, it's possible is they all took Ubers because there's nobody on the strip. So we ended up taking taxis and Ubers later because they can just go straight down the strip instead of having to go around the hotels and try to avoid traffic. There's no traffic. And so that's the way Vegas is. And it is, so anything that you see online about Vegas being dead, it is not propaganda. That is absolute truth. If it's like that on a Friday night during March Madness, which we go to March Madness in the past, we've been there for this time, it is usually just swamped with people. So I don't know, but things are already turning in the travel industry. So this is my story for today. I just thought I'd share that. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.
Stunning images of near-empty passenger planes are popping up on social media. These international flights have many tourists flying to the USA practically alone. Shauna Massengill flew from London to Chicago. Look, barely anyone on board.
It was really shocking. I've never been on a flight like that.
This flight from Toronto to New York is also practically empty. And a flight from Toronto to Fort Myers, row after row of empty seats.
Here in California, international travel is predicted to decline by 9% this year, driven by higher tariffs imposed by the Trump administration and negative sentiment toward the U.S.
The drop in numbers of Europeans traveling to the U.S. is staggering, and depending on the country, it's down as much as 42% over last year. That's just Europeans not traveling to the U.S.
Here in New York, tourism is also being hit big time, once again driven by negative sentiment toward the USA.
The Trump administration has announced that they're going to be charging a visa integrity fee to every flyer coming to the United States. The fee will be $250, and it will supposedly be reimbursable to some people, but Trump is really doing everything he can to ruin the World Cup and really stop people from coming to enjoy the World Cup. Maybe he just wants Americans to be the only people actually going to the games. And if you're wondering, well, will this just be increase from other fees people have to pay? No, this will be a fee on top of every other fee. This is for non-immigrant visas, so tourists, business people, anything along those lines. If you have H-1B1 visas, you pay the H-1B1 visa fee, and then this other fee on top of that as well. Our tourism industry has already taken a massive hit this year due to ICE, and this is only going to make people less likely to come to the United States for tourism. The amount of money we're going to lose from this is going to be pretty massive for the tourism industry.
It may not be the best time for Irish citizens to travel to America at the moment. There have been various European tourists who have been detained in detention centres by ICE. I'm going to tell you about each of them, and then I'm going to show you the pictures of the detention centres. And even Khaby Lame, a very famous TikTok influencer, was detained. Although he was granted voluntary departure, Jessica Brosch, a German tourist and tattoo artist, was detained for carrying tattoo equipment, and she was held for 6 weeks at Otte Messe Detention Center. Lukas Schlaff, another German citizen, was accused of breaching his 90-day stay. The answer to this agreement was misinterpreted, which led him to being held and detained for 16 days. Becky Burke, who is Welsh, had some visa issues and an unclear work status, which led her to being held for 3 weeks. Even a German-born US citizen who holds a green card was held for 2 months before his release in May. So what can cause you to be detained in the USA as a tourist? If you misstate anything about your visa, even minor technicalities are now taken into account. They do a routine search of your devices and your social media, and if you have ambiguous travel patterns. What can this mean for Irish citizens? Well, firstly, there is no privacy. Like, they will check your social media, they will check all of your devices. Legal protections are very limited. If you get denied entry, you cannot appeal that. It's important for Irish citizens to comply with the stricter entry laws to avoid detention. Now I'm going to tell you about the detention centres. Detainees report being given mouldy food, dirty mattresses and used underwear. There is huge overcrowding and medical neglect, isolation from legal support, and a lack of transparency and oversight. Remember, guys, if you want to travel to the US, make sure you comply with their new travel laws.
No, I'm not going to be traveling to the US. I would be more scared going to the US at this time.
It is scary right now. It is a scary time for Canadians and everybody around. The orange guy, he's going to be the orange guy. Like, at the end of the day, Miami, like, we're going to go to Miami.
I wouldn't say I'm scared. I'm a very big looking white guy, but I don't travel to the US. I don't have any plans to, and I don't want to.
I'm supposed to be going tomorrow night, and I'm a little nervous just because of all the things like going through your phone. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to be with my mom. So we're just two gals going to a concert. I'm sure we'll be okay. It's just for a couple hours, but I wouldn't want to like travel there right now to stay over.
I think it's kind of difficult not to go to America just because of the nature of my work, but also just there's amazing things there to see. I have friends and family that live in the US. And what's happening right now with the tariffs is awful and I think really divisive, but ultimately I will try to avoid to buy American products, but I don't know if I could avoid going there.
Do not travel to America. Do not travel to America for the next 4 years.
This is really bad. You guys, I could remember that America used to be called the country of dreams, where dreams come true. What happened? This is not during the pandemic. This is 2025. A lot of tourists are not coming to America simply because everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid of being detained by Donald Trump administration. Once you are on the airport, you just arrived American, you guys. You are going to be detained and be taken to a country you don't know. And a lot of people are rejecting and, saying, I'm not going to be coming to America anymore. America is gradually becoming a ghost country. What happened? What happened? Because America used to be a country of dream, where dreams come true. What happened? Is it Donald Trump? You guys, this orange guy is causing more harm in America than good. What are your thoughts on the comment section? People are crying. A lot of people are crying. The rate of hardship is too much. White people now knows what it feels to be poor. So let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.